Yo, 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 what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another podcast. Here I have Titan Tim. Titan Tim, what's going on? How's your day going?
Not bad at all. No complaints.
Not bad at all. And then anything in terms of detailing wise, why we came up with this topic?
Well, it's your topic, but we're definitely gonna.
It is my topic.
We both have a lot of input on this one. Said gloves are off, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some products that if somebody buys something and they first of all does it work? Does it do what it's supposed to do and what they want it to do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's number one. And does it look great afterwards? You know, but I mean, there's all kinds of products. I've got a whole load of products next to me right here that we can talk a lot about. And there's going to be some shockers in here that is not going to probably go over very well.
Yeah. And for me on my end, I'm gonna tell you why I came up with this topic, right? Because there's a lot of
Yep.
how do I say it? Me f- it a lot of so there's a lot of detailing brands that are either me first or first impressions must be a killer, right? So what I mean about that is like they're the me first and like the newest technology right away. Like, oh, I'm the one that came out with this. I'm the first one for this product. And then it's kind of like a letdown, right? Versus others that just take their time and first impressions is everything, right? Like, why are you going to give a product a second chance when it's already burned you, if that makes sense. So that's why I did it. Yo, Adrian, appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, we got Adrian, we got Drecklin. I'm not sure who that is.
Dragon.
Drecklin.
We got Conway.
Okay. Conway.
Franklin.
Conway's going to be surprised about something here, but he
Yeah.
already may know about it.
What's going on, Tina?
So-
Appreciate you showing up.
Tina's here. Oh my gosh. Wow.
And then yeah, so that's pretty much the topic. So first off, let's start off with you because there's one brand that actually does a lot of great things. And let's see on your first impression on which product was a letdown. And it's from a top brand too, by the way.
Oh, the big letdown that I just told you about?
The big letdown. You got to start it off strong. You said gloves off. You can't hide
gloves
now.
off. Okay. So everybody knows the product name Fine Lab. Great products. I mean, really great products. My favorite polisher of all polishers is Fine Lab. Absolutely. The A50 heavy duty cutting compound, fantastic. So I bought a bottle of the A1000 fine finishing polish. And we used it on a vehicle here recently. And I had Tina's helping. And I went to wipe the polish off, and there was a lot of resistance. A lot.
Okay. So
And-
so was it like gummy? What's going on, David? I know David said hi. So what's going? Appreciate you showing up, David.
wasn't gummy. There was just a lot of resistance to remove it.
Okay.
And I thought, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So I got a different pad and put some more on a pad, the new pad and all that, and did the same thing. It's like, wow. Did another panel, same thing. It's like, holy smokes. What's going on here?
Did you try to change the work time, I guess, on it?
A little
Or
bit,
no?
but compared to other products I've used, and I didn't do anything any different. And
Gotcha.
2 passes, same speed, same pressure,
Just
same speed on the buffer, no differences really. And I said, "Hey, Tina, come over here." It's like, what do you think of wiping this off versus wiping this off?
Yep.
And she went to wipe that off. She goes, "Oh my gosh."
Just
I said, "Yeah, I'm not even going to use this outside."
yeah. Oh, and we were using it outside.
I was inside. It was like
okay.
maybe 71 degrees, very low humidity. And I'll try it once outside, but if it's really hard to wipe off, I don't want to be in 90-degree heat, high humidity, and working my arm really hard to wipe the polish off when I can use something like Thus,
Yep. I know
which
you love that
we're
game.
gonna get into labels, but
Yeah.
the compound from Detail Co.
And then
And that's super easy to wipe off.
and to get the chat going, just put down below in the comments, just put it in there which product or product brands was like your first impression and last impression in terms whether it was good or bad, right? It could be a product that you use, a ceramic coating, polish, whatever. Just leave it down there so that way you can see. So I'll give you $1 if you know that reference. $1. I don't know that reference. Resistance is futile. So I apologize, Drecklin. It's like, and he says, let's
What's
see.
Detailing AF up to here?
He says it's like when you go to the bathroom and wipe left and right instead of front or back to front. I get it.
Leave it to Adrian.
And then, all right. So Adrian's first and last impressions, he put Cerakote with the eyes, and we all know why that is. Titan Tim.
Hey, Cerakote V2 ceramic coating.
Mm-hmm.
I used that a few days ago. Super slick.
Yep.
Easy wipe off. No high spots.
And that's the thing. I think I have a V2 bottle. It's just, I mean, I don't know. It's just, again, it's one of those first and last impressions for me, right? I mean, I guess that's the perfect example of one of the brands that did that to me was Cerakote. Don't get me wrong. I tested their V2 like while they were, reformulating and doing that. Yes, they did better, but I don't know. On my end, it's just more of like, I just don't know. It just bummed me out.
The Cerakote V2 is on a brand new Subaru Outback. So what that means is we are going to test it every once in a while. That's on Tina's.
Yep, and we'll see how long that goes. I mean, the slickness. One thing I could give it to Cerakote was the slickness is definitely one of the slickest coatings out there. I can.
It was so slick.
But in terms of durability, we'll see what happens. I mean, again,
we're gonna see what happens. All right.
Yeah, it's especially with mine because when I put it on my SI, what was it? When did that coating come out? The V1. I think it's been 2 years already. Yeah, the winter of 2023. Yeah. Around there. That's when I used it. But I applied it when it was a little bit colder, under 50 degrees. So it had its whatever they said, it just didn't work well in the winter time.
Yep.
But that's it. And then what's another brand that you use that you don't like in terms of first impression, last impression? Then I'll go on another brand for me. For product.
I ain't giving away that quick. We're gonna wait till quite a while before I give it. It's gonna be a shocker. It's gonna be more of a shocker than that. Fine.
You don't have any other brands?
I've got a ton of brands.
Not to show on screen, but any other brands that you got in your mind that you're like first impression, last impression?
Well, first impression, actually, Innerspace by Lithium.
Okay.
Really nice shine afterwards. Not too shiny. Smells great. I'm really impressed with that product. My first impression is fantastic. And I want to say hi to Michael Lyons. He's in the chat. Titan Tim himself. The man, the legend.
Let's go.
No legend, that's for sure. So, yeah, Titan Tim did wonders on my 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Cool.
Nice. And
happy to do it.
And then what's the other thing? So, all right, for me is this is the problem with the brands, right? So what are your impressions of brands that try to be the me first product? Like how has those brands, like for example, let me just throw names out there, like when the graphene coating first came out, right? At first it was Adams polishes. That's the one that I could really remember. It was like Adams and I think MagShine that came out with their graphene ceramic coating before everybody else started using graphene. What is your opinion on being the me first product line?
I don't like me first because if somebody says, well, we came out with this 5 years ago or whatever. Yeah. Okay. And it's their same formula. Well, other people may have came out with a better formula. So the me first thing doesn't really matter because what matters is what you're putting on your vehicle right now. If it's me first, in other words, I'm not going to buy something because somebody initially put graphene in a ceramic coating.
Yeah, but it goes
It,
back
it,
to like
it's
say
irrelevant to me.
yeah, but it's one of those things like for example, Tim, I'm like, yo, I made this product right here. This is the first one I got. Um, I came out, develop it first. Are you going to buy it? Now, yeah, it's new technology, right? This is what I'm talking about, right? Like it's brand new technology. This is what it is. You buy it, right? But does it hinder? Do you feel like most product lines or product brands hurt themselves for being the me first developer for a product? That is what I'm trying to get at. Like, is there more hits or misses when they are the me first product?
I don't know if there's really an answer for that question.
I
Really?
can answer it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, all right. So for me, the first hits or misses will be like, for example, they're the first brands. I will go with the me first of, let's say, a good one would be the most prosumer coating was the me first that I used that I felt like was a me first, and it wasn't bad. It lasted a while. Was the Chemical Guys Carbon Force
Hmm.
that lasted pretty good. That was the first one of the first ceramic coatings I used, but they were like the first one of like the prosumer. Besides, obviously, Car Pro and G Technic, but in terms of that era was Carbon Force, and it's one of those like me first products. It was just very finicky to apply, very annoying to wipe off. And they were like, "Well, this is what it is, and we're the me first." Then you
Right.
got coatings that are the me first, like ultra slick. This is what we're doing. New technology, 5 minute wait time. We all know what happened. That was the Cerakote first V1,
Right.
which that happened. And yeah, it was like new technology that they were using, but it looks like again being the me first messed up their production. Does that make sense? Or their first impression? Because it was like, well, we came up with this new technology, but we never tested it in all environments. They only tested it in the summer and tropical areas. So when it came to giving it to the masses, guess what? People up here up north were having issues.
Hmm.
We were having issues up here with actually adhering to the paint
Yep.
because of the colder weathers.
Yep. I hear you.
So
Rick
that's
Smith is here. He wants to know what we're talking about. We're talking about first impressions and
Dreklin
products and
said it took
how it
5
affects.
years to develop our graphene coating.
Yeah.
and
Right.
so what's all right? So what's your take on graphene? Say it, Tim.
I know it adds a little bit of slickness, and if there's enough graphene, it does put kind of a matrix so it can spread the heat out a little bit on darker colors. But I've tried some graphene coatings. I didn't see anything special about it. How about you?
For me, I kind of agree. It's one of those things where, for me, it's like yes, it gives it that extra slickness, maybe a little bit of gloss, but to me, I feel like the graphene just dies down super quick. Like
Yeah.
afterwards, it's like yeah, it's just but it does make application easier. That I can agree on, right? Because it's slicker. To me, it's easier to wipe off. But
Hmm.
um that's
So
the most I got.
I hear Kronos now has a graphene variant. Is that true?
Mm.
As far as I
Ha-
know, it is.
Has a graphene variant from what I
Right.
got. You got yo. eh,
There's a graphene
tho-
Kronos out.
those are secrets out there. Those are secrets. I don't know if I could
I've
say
seen posts on it, so it's okay to talk
Aaron,
about it.
Aaron apparently is has a graphene one, and yeah, it's been going really popular. And then Adrian here put System X lifetime coding. What do you think about stuff like that? No,
What's the rules in the lifetime coating? You got to
Uh,
hand wash it with pH neutral soap only. Can
yeah,
you put it through a grinder car wash?
yeah.
I have seen recently a newly opened grinder car wash. Somebody put it through their tunnel wash, and it took a ceramic coating and completely eliminated off all the horizontal panels, like the hood.
Oh,
You got those beater brushes going on
yeah.
top. Took it off the hood, took it off the roof, took it off the back,
Yeah.
and some other sections where those don't touch. The ceramic coating was still on. It completely removed it, and they only put it through the grinder car wash 2 times.
2 times.
So I think, I don't know, but I think they may have had their chemicals incorrect, or the pH was off the
Probably
charts.
yeah, probably definitely scarred it for sure, like,
Oh,
real
it was
bad.
gone. It was gone. There's almost no beading whatsoever, but other areas of the other panels beaded great. So I put Odin on.
Yeah. And then here we have David Boy said, doesn't graphene reduce accumulation? It does. I mean, yeah, because it's slicker, right? But in terms of like anything else, it's, like I said, it's when you drive your car, it's still slick enough to remove that dust, right? Like the minute you start moving. So that's where I'm getting at. With that is like, is the benefits of a graphene that much better than a standalone? And you just gotta outweigh it, right? Like sometimes people don't mix the graphene correctly, or it doesn't mesh correctly with their coatings. But
Mhm.
sometimes some companies, they'll upcharge a graphene coating an extra $30-$40 a bottle for graphene. Is it that much better for you to spend $30-$40? For me, no, right? That's just my honest opinion. I don't see the benefits.
I don't either, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about Kronos earlier, and it's a marine grade ceramic coating. That stuff is
Yep.
ultra tough. It's not ultra slick though. I mean, the slickness is moderate, but it's not as slick as Cerakote version 2 or Naziol. That's
Yep.
stuff ultra slick. My gosh.
And then Guardian says, look at these 2 legends, Sock and Tim. I'm still alive. I'm not a legend.
He's the legend, not me.
He said, appreciate you showing up. And
Yep.
then
Definitely.
and then what else? Yeah, I mean those are that. And then
You
and
want to
then
know what's a good first impression for me?
what's a positive?
Oh, positive? Well, Signature Wax from Ketaba.
What's your
That's
positive one?
great.
Yeah.
It has a really nice, well, it's very durable. Remember we did that one video, that guy had 18 grinder car washes,
Yep.
and it took a hit, but it definitely came back.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of gloss to it, and they make a gloss booster, but I didn't see a whole lot more gloss than I did on the Signature Wax or the wet wax.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think
slightly, but
you know what it is? The Signature Wax goes on thicker. It's a little bit more. You know what Signature Wax application reminds me of in terms of thickness? Kind of reminds me of the Fine Lab Hybrid Ceramic Detailer. You know how that one's a little bit more like creamier, thicker? It's kind of just like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
stuff's great. So another really good first impression is Vonix Synergy paint.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's got a pretty high gloss to it, not ultra high, but pretty high. But the water literally flies off it just like a ceramic coating.
Nice.
And I put it on the siding of the front of my garage, on both sides of the garage door, just for fun. And several months later, when I sprayed it with water, still beading.
Nice.
Like almost a year, probably about 10 months, and it was still beading on siding that's facing the sun, almost facing south, so facing the sun most of the time.
Yeah.
So that was impressive.
And then John Weber has a question. Let's see. He says, Sock Tim, what detailing brand made their first impression raise your eyebrow? Max01, rub it. Raise an eye.
Go for
All
it.
right. Do you want me to say it?
You go first.
All right. My first impression that made me raise an eyebrow, I could say this brand right away because I've tried a couple of their things. but it's too expensive for me to like. There's two. Actually, I could say two brands. One is I think it's Swiss Wax. I think it's that wax. Remember that wax? It's like $220, and I
Yeah.
bought that wax. It barely did anything. I'm like, dude, this is not it. And then Polish Angel, when I bought their not their Cosmo Spritz, their other one. They had like two products. I'm trying to remember, and it's just way too expensive for like I don't see the benefits in there. Like
No.
it's just yeah, Polished Angel made me raise an eyebrow. Now, in terms of bad products, was definitely what was it? F40? What was that thing called? Shit.
F11.
F11. There, I said F40. It was so bad, dude. F11. Remember those days? Ah, man.
Some people still use that and Shine Armor. It's like, oh my gosh, get rid
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. Oh, the Shine Armor ones, but they have great marketing, and it's just crazy how like they just give it to people that just doesn't know anything, and they're just like the only thing I could say Shine Armor has is slickness, but then that's where they get the customers at, right? Like that's where they get
Right.
their main reviews from. It's like, look how slick it is, but then when they say look at the hydrophobics, it's like literally like nothing. It's like looks like a regular spray wax.
Well, that's how they got their first impression. It was slick.
That's what I'm saying.
To
But
the weekend warrior or general consumer or whatever, hey, it's going on slick. It may look pretty good, but it ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
But that's the first impression that we're talking about. And do we want to talk about a really bad first impression? I mean, bad.
Go ahead.
So bad. It's gonna freak everybody out. So a while back, I bought Polished Angel High Gloss. This bottle, 250 milliliter or 200 or whatever. It's like $70 or so.
70
in that area. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I was not impressed with that at all. I didn't see hardly any gloss come from it. It's really thick. It just like barely dribbles out. It's bad. So I use it in a couple cars just in some test areas. Like, what is going on with this stuff? So I emailed them and they emailed me back. And this is the first bottle I got. Notice the black trigger. They sent me another bottle for free, complimentary bottle to try. Guess what? No difference.
Same thing.
Same thing. Ain't using it. So I have two very expensive bottles of Polish Angel, and I'm not using it.
And again, like I said, it's like those brands are just a little bit too pricey on certain things. And there are some, and Rick Smith has a question. He said, who do you think companies are trying to impress the most, regular consumers or professionals? What's your take, or you want me to go first?
Well, they need to sell products. They need, to increase their amount of profits and stuff like that. I get it. So if it's a company that's relating more to consumers, they're trying to impress the consumers. But they got to have some professionals on board because they're going to do reviews of the products. And if the professional, no matter who it is, no matter if it's Pan, the organizer, or someone else, if they're really impressed, well, that helps increase the sales to the regular people that watch their videos. So, it's kind of both, yeah. But it depends on what the company is aiming for, really.
For me, I feel like most companies are trying to get more at like the enthusiast now, right? If you can bring, because here's the difference between consumers, prosumers like the enthusiasts, or professionals. The difference is if you target the prosumers, to be quite honest, the prosumers aren't going to be, doing your detailing reviews and all this stuff. But those are the people that go to car shows, right? Those are the people that like to go to car meets. And those are the people that are your word of mouth. The professional is just a professional like, hey, I just want to know if this product works. And if they make a YouTube video on it, guess what? They make a YouTube video on it. but you want I feel like most product lines are trying to target literally the prosumer because it reaches both bands of the spectrum, right? It reaches perfectly, right? Because the prosumer is your weekend warrior that, again, there's a lot of prosumers out there that details just as good as we do, right? Like all us professionals, detailing isn't hard, right? It's just time consuming and learning the stuff. And prosumers take pride in their work. So I feel like they're trying to hit mainly the prosumers because they hit both sides of the spectrum.
Oh
Especially
yeah,
you don't want to
absolutely.
hit yeah, you don't want to hit the level of I guess the bad rap that people have of like Turtle Wax having and this is not throwing shade on Turtle Wax or McGuire's, it's more of um they'll have 8 different tire shines. Like why do you need 8 different tire shines? Is like you're confusing your consumer. And that's just me.
Right. I know. It's crazy.
Let's see. And then Conway says nothing like sending you a bottle of trash product when the first one was already
I don't know. Yeah, they just wanted to do that. It's like, okay, that's fine. Maybe it was a bad batch or something. Like, well,
Yeah, Adrian, you sent me a bad batch before. I remember that. No, I'm just playing.
crazy. So,
And then
go ahead.
John QT says, Sock and Tim, for your own impressions for your social media, Sock, for your own first impressions for you. Trying to understand that question. English, my second language.
Sock Tim for your own first impressions for your social media followers.
My question for broken up into two.
Hey.
What background? Dude, this is too much for my Spanish brain.
Come on now. You have a great brain. You're very intelligent.
Oh man. Help me, John Weber. That we'll go to
give
Rick
him a
Smith for
moment.
now. Retype your question because you got the white guy going crazy too.
So here's I know I've brought it up before, but as far as a really good first impression of product, the people that watch our podcast before already know, but Luster. I love this stuff.
Envy makes great stuff, and those are one of the few products as well that I'm not gonna say those and that's a prosumer product, right? Like that's a prosumer or professional, right? Like because for the regular consumer, they most likely won't buy those products because they're a bit costly, especially coming from Australia. Like they
Yes.
are expensive. That's another product line. Like, does that performance really meet fully our expectations to really buy that product? And what do you think about Envy? That's, you know what, let me open up the floor on you. Like, do you think Envy as a product line as a whole justify it as a professional or as a prosumer or as a consumer? Like, where do you think it falls?
Yeah, let's ask the people in the chat, where do they think? I think it's more towards professional or prosumers, really. A lot of people in Australia, they really like their detailing products. So, just like in the UK and some here in America. But I think it's more between professional and prosumer. I haven't had a bad Envy product. I tried one before, but Luster's great. I mean, it leaves such a good finish. So if somebody doesn't want a ceramic coating, I'll either put Titan on or Synergy, or if they're really picky, they're really looking for a strong gloss, I'll go to Luster.
Yeah, so for me, it's I think Luster really falls more on like the prosumer route because it may, again, is for me, it's not professional wise. Like I don't see myself carrying a whole bunch of Envy in terms as a professional because if I'm watching multiple cars or whatever, it's like it's cents to the dollar, right? Like it's still eating. There's certain things like Luster, right? Like that's a product you can buy because guess what? It's somewhat of a long-term protection, right? It's a sealant. It lasts a really long time. And that's something that you don't need much of. But if you're using, say, their soap, where you need 2-3 ounces of their soap, that eats into your pockets if you're washing it. And then Rick Smith says, but that's my opinion. It's just prosumer. He says, if you're a professional and only see influencers that don't detail how much stock do you put into their options of the brand? That's a great question.
I'm going to go back and read it. Go ahead and answer
Uh,
that.
Oh yeah. So for me is again, it just goes back to what it is like, does the person know what they're talking about on video, right? Like, does it make sense on what they're feeding you? Does it look like they're just reading off a script, right? Like, you can tell whether it's somebody's very first time using a product, and if it's hard for them to explain what they're seeing on the panel, what the usage, um and it's hard for them to translate, then that's something that you got to stay away from. Like, it goes back to the whole Shine Armor thing, right? Those are just literally the like, those are just literally Joe Schmoes that don't wash cars. Like, that's not what it is. But the first impression for 99.9% of the consumers, how slick does a paint feel after you use a product? Right? Like, how many times do we coat a vehicle, or how many times do we detail a car, and the first thing they say, wow, it is so smooth, like a wax, right? It's always like a wax. Oh, it feels so smooth. It's like, that is what they're going after. Like, they always touch the car right away, and that is what they feel. And it goes to that. But then when it comes to, they don't know what hydrophobics is. They just say, hey, let's see the water on the panel. It's like, they don't know,
No.
what else afterwards. So that's just my opinion. What about you?
Yeah, so I just actually just yesterday did a evaluation of a Tahoe, and they mentioned that it has a ceramic coating on it already. So I go to look at it shortly after a light rain, and actually I got pictures. I'm going to show you guys because you won't believe it. Okay, so she said it had a ceramic coating. So here, hopefully you can see it.
The water beads.
Those beads are pretty flat.
Yeah,
aren't
hold
they?
up. Just leave it there. I'll move myself and put you so you can see. Oh,
That's about as flat as a pregnant pancake. 3-month pregnant
yeah.
pancake. Anyway, that's not good. Okay. So I took a picture of it, went in and talked to her, and then I showed her the beads on my car that I put Kronos ceramic on 2 years ago. And look at that.
Nice.
Yeah. That's 2 years of Kronos. In fact, those beads are so tall, they have shadows.
Damn, look at that.
Look at that. 2 years ago. Phoenix EOD Kronos. Unbelievable. Yeah. I told her, I said, that's a ceramic coin. She goes, yeah, that's like what you did on my other car. And she sold it, and she bought this white Tahoe. So anyway, a lot of people are confused on product names. I said, at best, it's got a cheap ceramic sealant on it, and that was put out a long time ago. So what a massive difference, huh?
Yeah, no, it's a huge difference. You could just tell by the beads, like, how flat, like, and then one just super tight and has like crazy shadow, like it has a shadow. And then I have so what John Weber was saying, he broke instead of breaking his question into 2 questions, he broke it into 17. So from what I read here is, what background would you change in your garage, for your backgrounds in your respective garages? Like, Pan has a tool bench, EC Details has his banner, Jake has a brick pizza oven. What background would you pick for your first impression? So for me, first impression, I really like, probably, where would I put my first impression? It'll probably be on this corner on the left side, next to my mini split, just because I have most of the products there, most of the detailing. If I was to put like my banner there, it'll look super nice, illuminating the rest of the stuff that's on the shelf right back there. That would probably be my first impression spot, so people could see. Because I got everything else is on this side. So if I could bring more attention to this side of my shop, my garage, that is my first impression for me. And I already know Titan Tim's.
You know what my first impression is?
2013 Shelby GT5.
2011.
2011, even
You
2011.
are right. I have a completely different take on it.
Yeah.
My
It's just
cars are my calling card, and
yeah.
that's the example. People don't care what you really have in the garage. I mean, they want to see some products. Yeah, they see products. They see a lot of products in my garage actually, and they see quite a few
Yeah.
that are in totes and stuff like that that they may not see. But yeah, Rick's got it right. Tim would
Yeah.
use this 2011 Shelby GT500 and Grabber Blue, one of four. No, one of 10. Rick, come on.
And
It's
and
rarer than one of 400, one in 10 with a glass roof. Anyway, um, so that's my first impression that's in the garage or in the driveway. Second impression, be products. I mean, mine's not organized. Mine's, my garage is like, a dive bar that's got the best burgers.
yep. Yep. I
I
agree.
mean, it's not fancy. It's, I got banners, I got Shelby banners and stuff like that all over, and autograph from Gary Patterson, who took over for Carroll Shelby.
But it still looks like a
Like,
detail, like it looks like a shop still at the end of the day, right? Like you still got like your Mustang banners, you still got your product banners, then you got your whole products. It's like it's still a great first impression.
it looks like there's some really good work being done here.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like
It's like,
to me.
and then Conway says, I think there are a ton of products that are boutique brands. The majority of brands anymore are trying to cater to end users. There are more people to market real pro stuff, limited products. And I agree with that, right? Like there's a lot less professionals out there versus consumers, and you always want to tackle more like the consumer, but still give them professional great stuff. And
Big
then
time.
Adrian says, car coded, what's your favorite topper? Car not coated, what you spray as it leaves. This is when a Spanish person starts typing like crazy. All right, so what he said. So Adrian, so car coded, what's my favorite topper? To be quite honest, at the moment, it's kind of weird. I really like Pan's ceramic sealants. I like Fine Labs ceramic detail spray. That's if I'm using stuff as a topper. I could use a 1 year spray coating. I've been enjoying the slickness of this. I have like 2 videos coming out.
What's
DIY
that?
detail 1 year. Yo, this thing is super slick.
Oh, okay.
It's a spray coating. Do I expect it to last a whole year? No, but can you use this as a topper? Yes, it's super slick. So that's something that I've been playing around with. So I put this on 2 cars. One, I put this on my windshield. That's number 1. So you guys gonna see that video come out. And
Cool.
then applied this on one of my neighbor's cars, and then I'm gonna apply it on another car. So this is I've been enjoying this. It's super easy to apply. I just love the slickness. It's just crazy.
Yep.
But those are toppers. And then a car that's not coated, what you spray as it leaves. I don't know. Are we talking about like a long-term type of protection? If we're talking just like a sealant or a topper, typically the last 6 months, and it will probably be the same. Fine Lab hybrid ceramic detailer, signature wax could be a good spray one as well, and DIY, not DIY, and Pan ceramic sealant. So that's just me. What about you?
My first pick on something that I ceramic coated, if I were to use a topper, is definitely Phoenix EOD Titan, because that's so slick. It's slick.
Yeah.
My gosh.
But what are you talking? So what is your first impressions on top? You see that that's the question that we got to clarify, because there's a lot of different toppers, right? You have longevity toppers, and then you have slick toppers.
Well, the longevity is there with the ceramic coating. So I guess if you just ceramic coated a car within 24 hours, customers come in, pick it up. I don't always put a topper on, but sometimes I do. If I know the person, I know they want to feel how slick their paint is and that, then I'll definitely put Titan on.
Mm-hmm.
But on a car that's not coated, favorite topper is either Titan or else NV Luster or Fine Lab hybrid ceramic detailer. That stuff's got a really nice glow to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
F you, Rick Smith.
I got to do a slickness test. I want to test how slick Titan is versus my product. I know they're both very slick, but I've
What
never
Spanish
tested it.
brothers? Stick together, Adrian. Oh
But
man.
Titan, if coded, yep. Adrian's right.
Yep.
If it's coded, I go to Titan as well. Luminous
Conway
black.
says, yeah.
Go ahead.
Conway says, my ultimate slick topper is Luminous Black Slick 2.0. Stuff is the slickest. I gotta try that out.
Wow.
There's a couple of products I still haven't tested from Luminous.
Yeah, I haven't bought any Luminous whatsoever yet. I've got so much stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
I got to start selling it on secondhand detailing.
Here's a great topic. Here's a great topic for people in the chat. Put it ceramic trimmer store or no ceramic trimmer store on a brand new car.
Okay, everybody.
Because Titan Tim, we've been fighting for a couple of days. This is the first time I've spoken to him in like 2 weeks because he's been pissing me off.
Our fighting is nothing. Yeah, that's, you know what, that I wondered if we were going to, have a podcast on that subject or not. But if you get a brand new vehicle, say it's a Subaru Outback or whatever, and it's got black trim on it.
I'll see if I could type it.
Do you actually put something on the trim or not? And if you do, are you going to use something ceramic based, or are you going to use something like Solution Finish or whatever to put on it, or nothing? So we got to hear from everybody what they do with their trim. B. Riley, not brand new. Wait a year. You could wait a year. Could start oxidizing, but if you take care of it, it won't oxidize too much. This would be especially on vehicles that sit outside 24 hours a day. And here in South Carolina, no, it's not everywhere, but it can be 90, 95 degrees, 100 degrees with very high humidity and full sun. So on black trim, that gets pretty hot. So do you leave it for a year or do you put something on it?
Look, we're getting mixed up in here.
I know it's gonna be pretty wild what everyone thinks about. This is a subject nobody ever really talks about. Just like buffing racing stripe stickers, nobody ever talks about it. I've never seen a video from anybody on how to properly buff black racing stripes. The vinyl ones that stick on. I do that. I've done a couple different Shelbys actually. Came out great. You ever see a video on it? Nope. No. You ever see anybody talk about it? Nope.
You should make it. That's your thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody is venting off, but is not doing anything about it. So I'm looking at you, Tim.
What?
No, you're talking about the stripes. So all right. So this is my take on ceramic coating new trim. Or trim using a trim store on brand new car. So I don't know. I've tried C4 trim from G-Technic. I've used CarPro's trim. I've used a whole bunch of trimmer stores, even on brand new cars, and old cars, ceramic trimmer stores. The problem is that I've noticed that most of those trims, the dye goes away quicker than the actual coating itself. So when I actually try to recoat it again, it goes on very like streaky and it rejects itself. Now, one that I do want to use to try out is probably Labo Cosmetica's TPR, because it has no dye whatsoever. It's just a pure coating and it goes straight black. It's actually pretty cool. It's kind of like C4 trim from G-Technic, but let's see how long it lasts. Now, my take is this. I like to use Solution Finish. And the reason for that is something that apply either once every year or once every 6 to 8 months, depending on how bad your trim gets. That's just me. I don't believe in myself putting a ceramic trim restorer on a customer's car if they're gonna take it to a brush car wash. That's just me because those chemicals are just gonna eat away at that trim, and the dye
So,
is gonna be gone first.
so what if they just do pH neutral car washes by hand? What
Mm,
would you do?
um, I mean, even then, it's just again the dye goes away first
Hmm.
because when dirt sticks on that panel, it's just gonna eat away onto the paint, right? It's not as resistant as your clear coat is. If you notice, plastic trims turn white and chalky quicker than the paint ever gets like fully oxidized or you're gone. So,
Right.
uh,
So about 8 months ago, I did a very heavily swirled black paint. It was that Toyota Land Cruiser. I know it's on my social media on Facebook and Instagram, but they wanted a black trim restorer on it, and I put on Fine Labs, and I really liked how it looked, and so did the customer. But they just traded their vehicle in, and she said she absolutely loved it. It was so wonderful. So, she said the water was beating off like crazy, and she really liked the looks of it. And that was after like 7, 8 months. So, I think that stuff's pretty good. And a lot of the newer vehicles have a lot of trim in the front of the grill.
yep.
So, there's bugs attacking it all the time. So, something ceramic based on the front at least would sound good to me.
Yeah, but the problem is the leveling off, right? Like, hopefully, we could find one that self levels without because then you might need. This is the problem with the new trim nowadays on the grills, like you're talking about. I feel like I need to grab a brush, right? So for something like solution finish, I could just leave it on there, whatever. Give
Right.
it give it a couple hours, and you don't even need to wipe off perfectly, right? You just level off. But if you don't level off some ceramic trim coatings, you get those high spots.
Oh,
That's the
you have to
thing.
level it.
Yep,
Absolutely.
that's what
If
I'm
you're doing a
saying. So
long trim area, about 4 feet
exactly.
long, you got to start at the end and just go
No.
very consistent all the
Mhm.
way across. Yep.
Yep. And then Conway says, "Yum, Labo Cosmetica, Fine Labs all have clear trim coatings. Plus, there are a ton of plastic friendly trim coatings that do paint and trim." I mean, yeah, and,
Here's my concern about putting something ceramic based on trim is if you get something that's very strongly resilient, like Kronos, with that high beating, and it, sees the sprinklers or it sees not so much rain because it doesn't spot a whole lot, but see if it sees sprinklers, that water is going to beat up, and then all of a sudden here comes the sun, and now you got the round beads, the residue with the minerals in it, and how is that going to affect the trim over time? Are you going to
yep.
have little spots in the trim? That's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, 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 those spots can be real troublesome. That is see, there's a lot of things. I don't know. It's just everybody got their take. You got Conway with him. It was like, he uses an airbrush. I'm like, that's the thing. It's like most people aren't gonna use an airbrush, even if you use an airbrush or not. I've had negative experience with trim. And the problem is could be a New York thing, right? Depends what I have. A lot of acid rain, a lot of construction sites, a lot of all this stuff and the chemicals that they use. But I've noticed for me, it's just I just use solution finish once every
Mhm.
six months or once a year. Just give it a refresher and I'm good. I don't need to worry about anything else um whatsoever. And that's for me on my
Yep.
end.
We got Rick chiming in here. Tim, I see a truck on a regular basis coated with Kronos, and the trim looks like day one. That's fantastic. So that was my original thought. I'm worried about sprinklers and
Yep.
spotting of the minerals on the trim. What's going to happen? And Rick, I don't know if that truck saw sprinklers or not. So if it didn't, yeah, I totally agree with that. So yeah, that's an interesting subject. Somebody's got to do a video on that one, do some testing and stuff like that, because I think that was great. 3 years ago. Wow.
Great.
Oh yeah, David, that's right. Tim, what was the lithium product you mentioned you liked? Inner Space by Lithium. Color Crush on the paint is really good too. If you got a rich, vibrant color, like red or blue or whatever. Color Crush if somebody wants, just a ceramic sealant, but it does streak some, so you got to be careful. But Color Crush is great, I think, as well.
Yo, Gary. I said Gary, Greg. Greg, what's going on?
Greg is here. My gosh.
We got people showing up in and out.
Greg's got a really good podcast he just started here just recently. You guys got to go check it out. Produced really well. He's got some really cool music and videos on the intros and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't checked out Greg's podcast, he's got a lot of people on it.
Yeah.
I was really impressed, including Franco.
Yeah. Our production is like the salty Splatoon. Like
we're the dive restaurant. Yeah, but I think they put a lot of work or effort into that. So you gotta really respect what Greg and
for sure
did. I do anyway.
I just need Greg to hopefully change the start time for his podcast. That 10:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is pretty rough on me, Greg. Especially when some nights I have to work graveyard shift. It is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's like a gangbang podcast. It's like 50 guys in there. Just
no thanks. Yeah, if I was a guest or something, that's fine for one of them or whatever. Agree. But I watch them like during coffee the next morning or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
like it's hard. It's hard to tune in, man. At 10:47 p.m., I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, 7 p.m. on the West Coast. Yeah,
on the West Coast. Yeah, which is
East Coast is 10 p.m. It's like
you guys act like old. I'm an old ass man, Conway. Sheesh. See that? So I can only handle 4 dudes. You already know that from last year's Soar and Restore.
4 dudes in a sock. That was funny.
Conway says, "Oh no, it's past my bedtime."
That's the type of podcast we are. We're not.
It's just when I'm traveling for work, Conway. It's just gotta wake up graveyard shift 1 a.m. There's no way I'm gonna stay up for a podcast or just sleep 4 hours to work a 12-hour shift.
See, I'm usually up between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m., which is crazy, but it's all my body will let me sleep anymore. And I may take a nap during the day, but I got Tanzanian Peaberry coffee. If you guys haven't tried Tanzanian Peaberry coffee, you're missing out.
Yeah.
But I've got a half a pot of that in me by 4 a.m. and by 6 a.m. I got 3-4 loads of laundry done or whatever. Everything's done.
Yeah, you're an early bird.
I'm a madman.
Early bird. I'm like, dude. Sometimes I'm like, should I text Tim? And then Tim texts me at like 6:47 a.m. Hey, what's up? I'm like, damn. I'm like, this guy's up. I'm like,
6:47. That's almost lunchtime.
And then,
but mornings are the best for me. I love mornings, and Tina loves mornings too. And mornings came over, and we took off and watched the sunrise in Southport, North Carolina.
Greg says no one's older than he is.
Yeah, I think Greg's got a little bit on me.
Yeah,
not much so.
Yeah, Greg's the old timer, man. He got all the time in the world. He's the cool grandpa that just like wakes up and just does his production and found a hobby outside of work.
Well, we got extra time, so in that aspect, you got all the time in the world. Like you don't have to be at a 40 to 60 hour a week job.
Exactly.
So in that way, but if you're born here and you die here, how much
Yeah.
time do you get left?
Yeah.
You get that much time left in that area.
Yeah.
So other people have this much time on average. Yeah,
Uh,
we get this much time. So it's like,
Yeah.
it depends on how you look at it.
Damn, we got David Boyce. He's 66. Greg
Man,
is
older than me.
I don't know. I don't know how old are you, Greg?
I think he's in that area too.
And I think Conway's how old is Conway? Is he older than you, Tim?
Nope. He's a little
younger than you?
younger.
A little
Not by
younger.
much.
Look at that. So I'm the young buck.
Guardians 4. He
Yeah.
was talking about something else.
I agree. Lay off the philosophy. Let's talk politics, and that is when I'm gone, fellas.
Oh, I used to be a city council member. I don't know how many people know
No.
that.
No, nobody knows that. Tim?
I actually ran for state senate. I almost won. And I have actually been a campaign manager a few different times.
Let's see what this guy says. Let's see. He says he has a good topic.
Spitting out facts here.
By the way, he says Greg remembers Moses as
Oh,
a teen.
oh, that's brutal.
Oh man,
It's so bad. We just watched the 10 Commandments not too long ago.
Is there a product in the industry that is not needed?
Ooh. There's a question.
That is a good one.
What's not needed? I know, another glass cleaner.
Oh,
That's low.
that is brutal.
Aaron's gonna hear that one.
I agree. You know me, Tim, and I've said it all the time. I'm like, dude, for me, I don't know. Like glass cleaners to me is just not the way, man. I don't know. It's just I only like one really that I've used a lot, which was Nítido from Labo Customer. But even then, it's like I don't use it often either. I really don't.
I just use my product, really. Yeah. I mean, I got a couple glass cleaners. You can use a rinseless wash, is great.
That's what I'm saying.
Helios is a killer glass cleaner. Yeah. If you need something really cleaned, you're not going to buff it, you got to use Pelios. And apparently I was around when Moby Dick was a minnow on the SS Minnow.
Oh man, you guys are talking about old timer books. I mean,
that's more like The Scientist. That wasn't like the Skipper or Gilligan.
He says iron remover falls in that category for me. I may get shot for that.
You know,
is it needed and not needed? I mean,
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's 50-50 for me, Adrian. I'll tell you why. Hear me out before you just go crazy. All right. Hear me out. Okay. I could just imagine Adrian on how he's acting right now. So so iron remover for me it's useful for coated vehicles. Like, do you really need to use it on every detail that you do? No, I don't agree, but you want to eliminate the abrasion part when you're decontaminating a coating most of the time. That's why you either use a super fine grade clay towel or you just let the iron remover dwell and try to get most of it off. But that's just me. That's just me with iron removers. I kind of agree. It's like a 50-50 for me.
Yeah, so Adrian said, yeah, he may get shot for it. Well, figuratively, of course, but I don't use iron removers too much anymore.
Yeah.
Shocker. I've got quite a few iron removers, but I usually don't end up using them too much. Here's why. Here's how I think. I'll clean the paint really well. I'll clay it and stuff like that. But if I'm doing a paint correction, either a real strong 1-step or a 2-step or maybe 3, what do I need the iron remover for?
Yeah.
I'm removing it. I'm removing 5, 10, 15% of the clear coat when I'm doing a 2 or 3-step paint correction. So area, the surface that has potential iron on it is removed anyway. So
Yeah.
why do that extra step?
I
Am I wrong or am I right?
No, again, it's just it's a 50-50 product. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a 50-50. He says do a simple test with a wheel with high alkaline or acid after cleanings for iron remover. Now I've done the test with that. I mean, again, you could use an acid to remove iron. I mean, especially for example, the best part is on emblems, right? When you get all those water spots and all those minerals and iron deposit, you spray acid on it, it just melts off. I mean, it's just what it is. And then Rick Smith says he never used iron remover on paint. I could just imagine Rick Smith. He just got a little toothpick right here and go that shit stank. He's like, I ain't using that bad boy on my car.
I used to at times, especially on white paint, like in the back end of the car, because the way the aerodynamics works, everything kind of fills in the back. That's why it's really rough back there. But you'll see most of the product turn purple and affecting most of the iron particles on there on the back usually. But I don't know if I'm doing a strong buffing. To me it's almost pointless.
Yeah, you know what it is it's like iron removers. I feel like it's a great selling point to your customer to show that it's like, hey, this is the contamination you have on your car, right? I feel like it's a good selling point because visually it's kind of hard to tell your customer, especially if you got any other color car besides white. You can't see iron on it, right? Like you either got to say it feels rough, yada yada yada. But if you have like a green, any other car but black, pretty much you could spray iron remover and you could see the purple like coming down the car. So I feel like that's a great selling point.
Yep.
To show that it's contaminated. So I've actually used iron remover to show a customer that it is really contaminated, and then they're like, "Wow, what is all this stuff?" And then it's just like, "Yeah, this is the stuff that you don't see."
Right. I use it on wheels quite a bit, but yeah, no, that's a really good subject. Really good.
Yeah.
So we've been just over an hour. I don't know. We want to see if there's any more questions, and then what do you think?
Yeah, it's all up to the chat. What do you guys want? More questions? If you guys got questions, we got answers.
We're here for you guys. We're not trying to impress anybody. Just hanging out.
I already got a wife. I'm good.
Yep. So
what's going on?
Oh my
What's going on? Keith showing up. He said, "Well, apparently it's bedtime, so night."
Yeah, right. Pretty much for me, almost.
Come on.
So, what other things do we want to talk about here?
He said, "I just put a light in their jacked up paint while I'm chewing on a toothpick." Smart.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
So I think we hit the subject really well.
Yep.
As far as first impressions, and if there's a company that has mediocre products and there's like all these other companies that have higher end products and people aren't buying the mediocre products anymore, they better go back to the drawing board or improve their products, because just like Aaron has on Phoenix EOD, evolve or die. So got to keep evolving, got to keep improving no matter what you're doing. Don't go backwards, always go forward. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's another good topic is like us humans, like for the next topic is more of like, we really get tired of using the same stuff over and over. I know you do too as well, Tim. That's why you got all those products. Like once in a while, you're just like, I don't want to use this. I am going to use this today. Like sometimes as a consumer, I feel like there are a lot of great product lines out there too, but people just get tired of it, right? Like, there's a lot of great brands out there. And David Boyce has a question. Let's see. Tim Sock, what's your approach to a heavily oxidized hood? Would you wet sand first, then compound? If it's super, super oxidized, to be quite honest, I've told this to Titan Tim before. If it's super oxidized and super bad, and I'm sure Titan Tim does this as well, I just wash the car, I skip the clay bar step, and I just go straight to 3000 grit. It's just more than enough to remove that contamination, whatever swirls you got, because you're spending time on using a clay bar, right? Like when you could just use sandpaper just to remove it. 3000 grit is more than enough to remove that decontamination, and then just do either a one-step polish or a compound or a two-step. Like that's my route. And you
So
see all that slush.
I'll use a 3000 grit on a hood, or in the UK, a bonnet. If the car isn't always sitting in the sun, if it's in the garage quite a bit and doesn't see a lot of sun, but if it sees the sun, it's oxidized, so it's going to continue to see the sun most likely. But for the future of the vehicle, because I don't want to thin out the clear coat too much, so sometimes I won't wet sand it. Sometimes I'll start out with a very strong medium polish, like Sonax Perfect Finish.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll start out with that. What's my results with that in that scenario?
Yeah.
If I'm getting great results, that's what I use.
Yeah.
If not, I may go a little bit stronger. But yeah, in an area where you're getting a lot of sun, now David Boyce is not always in the sun. Yeah, then I'd probably go towards 3000. Yep.
Yeah, because the 3K grit, to be quite honest, is just as strong as like almost like a medium polish, right? Like you can after 3K grit, you can easily do a one step with it. Like you could do a strong one step and just be fine. And then Adrian says, does the polisher make the detailer, because the one that costs 200% more doesn't make me better? I agree. I mean, you could use the cheap Harbor Freight ones, right? There's just certain machines that feel smoother. And it's just all user preference, right? It's kind of like the car. Like, are we all gonna buy a Rolls Royce? Does it make me drive faster in a Rolls Royce versus what I got?
That Fine Lab buffer. Oh.
It says what happens. Oh, we lost Titan Tim. So in the meantime, he says, yeah, man, it's too let's see. It says here, which brand needs the biggest revamp to their lineup? There's a couple brands. I mean, again, everything gets stale after a while. Like I think ADS needs a revamp, Phoenix EOD, what else? Detail Co. G Technic needs a revamp. You know what it is too? It's just that they all pretty much sell the same thing. So I don't know what more of a revamp we need, right? Because we already got a glass cleaner. We already got a tire dressing. It's like, it's kind of hard to see what is the next revamp, if that makes sense. It's like, what we just need something new in the industry. CarPro's another one that needs a revamp, like CarPro, Geon. Geon just, they came out with Eco Wash and came out with their iron remover that smells less. But in terms of anything else, like they kind of do need a revamp, especially with their one ceramic coating, Mo's, and then skin, and then it's just a bunch that they have. So I mean, if it's super oxidized and it's a 2006 blue Mustang, I don't know. I mean, 3000 grit should be it. I mean, if you have a paint depth gauge, maybe take a reading. So let's see what you get. B. Riley says, Tim, you sand by hand. Yeah, most of the time he does sand by hand. I kind of do too. It all depends. But mostly by hand. Stopping to get gas in my truck, had to fill up pump at pump 1 to make it to pump 2. And then let's see. I know Ivan is crazy as well, but try that Scotch-Brite first. Scotch-Brite is the same thing. Scotch-Brite is equivalent to what, like 8,000 grit sandpaper or 7,000 grit. It just all depends on what you're going for, right? Like if if I'm going for a bit more defect removal or whatever the case is, 3000 grit is not gonna burn through paint. Like 3000 grit is pretty soft, to be quite honest. It's not hard whatsoever. In South Korea, CarPro and Geon are considered like the Walmart brands, I've heard. Yeah, that's from what I heard as well. They're kind of like the chemical guys. And then let's see, Titan Tim texted me. He said laptop died, hang on, or just sign out, no problem. We'll just wait for him so we could say our proper goodbyes. And yeah, so that way we could just probably end the chat today. There we go. Hello.
What?
Welcome back, sir.
Lap-
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up.
What did I miss?
Nothing. We just me just talking.
Cool.
So pretty
All
much
right.
no questions. I mean,
Okay.
from here on in, just say our proper goodbyes. I mean,
Yeah. Or how about future podcasts? What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to talk about? Trim?
look at that. That's what
What are
Rick
we going to
Smith says.
use? Sanding's safer than cutting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes
Especially if you use microfiber, that gets too hot. But yeah, that's true, Rick.
All right. Oh.
How about how soft brand new cars paint is? Because in that Subaru, I used a soft foam pad and fab polish, which is a finishing polish, and it wasn't clear. I needed to use something special that's really not on the market, that's even finer than fab polish, to get that paint clear. So talk about soft.
Yep. And then for me is John Weber. We'll leave it as this last question. So, Stock, how's the Buick? What's the worst first impression about that certain model? I like the Buick. It rides nice, but it does have a bit too much body roll, which I don't like when I'm doing turns. That's the only thing I really don't like about it. And I do get a little bit of cabin noise. Again, it's not it's not their Enclave, their highest model, but or I forgot, is it Enclave? I don't know what model it is, but it's not their top of the line model. So I do get some cabin noise and I do get a little bit of body roll. It's not the best steering. It's not what you're gonna get. But in terms for the price, it comes great. Heated seats, nice navigation screen, looks luxurious inside. It doesn't really look cheaply built on the interior. That's what I could say. It just gives that premium look. But those are the two bad impressions I got from my Buick.
Okay.
And and then sometimes the engine lags. Again, it's a V4, so once in a while it'll lag if you're just dropping under your certain RPMs on X amount of gear. When you're trying to rev back up, it will sometimes lag on you. But again, that's what any V4 automatic transmission. So that's what I got.
Okay, cool.
So all right, everyone.
All right.
So leave it down below in the comment section. I will see you all. This is my goodbye. And Titan Tim, what is your goodbye, sir?
Adios.
Peace.
We'll see you guys whenever we go live again, or in someone else's live stream.
Yep, definitely. Later, guys.
Okay.
Peace.
Good night, everybody. See ya.